Okay, let's have a look at another example of applying long division and dividing a polynomial by another. Okay, so let's take this polynomial here and divide it by the binomial x minus 2. So let's set it up as we did previously. X minus 2 into 3x to the power of 4 minus x cubed plus 7x squared minus 2x plus 3. And remember our little rule for reminding us how to step through this process. Dad, mother, sister, brother, rover. Let's just keep this as a bit of a reference point. So our first step is we're going to divide x minus 2 into this polynomial. And how we're going to determine that is we'll go 3x to the power of 4 divided by x. And that's going to give us 3x cubed. So we've divided, now we multiply. And we're going to multiply 3x cubed by x, which is 3x to the power of 4. And then by negative 2, so we end up with negative 6x cubed. We've multiplied, now let's subtract. Negative x cubed minus negative 6 is going to be the same as negative x cubed plus 6. So that's going to give us 5x cubed, and then 3x to the power of 4 minus 3x to the power of 4 gives us a result of 0. So we've subtracted, then b is bring down. Bring down the next term from our polynomial at the top, which in this case is 7x squared. Okay, and now we've brought down that term. R stands for repeat. So we repeat the process and we start again by dividing. 5x cubed divided by this binomial, and we're going to determine that by going 5x cubed divided by x, which would be 5x squared. Now multiply 5x squared times x minus 2, and that becomes 5x cubed, and then minus 10x squared. So we've multiplied, now we're going to subtract. 7x squared minus negative 10 becomes 17x squared. 5x cubed minus 5x cubed is 0. So we've subtracted, now we're going to bring down. The next term to bring down is this negative 2. Notice that I'm keeping everything nicely aligned. It's going to make the process so much easier if we maintain these lines. Okay, so now we've brought down the negative 2, and again we repeat the process. So 17x squared divided by this x is going to give us 17x. 17, so that's dividing. Now we're going to multiply 17x by this x, which is 17x squared, and 17x by this negative 2 becomes negative 34x. Okay, so we've multiplied, now we're going to subtract. Subtract one term from the other. So negative 2 minus negative 34 becomes plus 34, so this becomes 32x. 17x squared minus 17x squared is 0. Okay, so we've subtracted. Now our next step is we're going to bring down, and we're going to bring this 3 down here, so it becomes a plus 3. Okay, and then repeat the process. Let's go through. 32x divided by x is 32. Now let's multiply 32x. 32 times x is 32x, and 32 times negative 2 is negative 64. So we've multiplied, now let's subtract. Subtract 3 minus negative 64. When we're doing this subtraction, we're going to move from the right backwards this way, as we would normally when we're subtracting. 3 minus negative 4 becomes 3 plus 64. which is 67. 32x minus 32x is 0. Now we're left with this remainder. We have no more, x can't divide into 67. So you'll notice now we have a remainder of 67. That's our remainder. So if we're going to write it in part B in this form where we've got the polynomial, which is 3x to the power of 4 minus x cubed plus 7x squared minus 2x plus 3 is equal to, so is equal to, remember this is like our divisor, so x minus 2 times our quotient, this is our quotient up here, 3x cubed plus 5x squared plus 17x plus 32, and then plus our remainder, and our remainder is 67. So we can write it in this form here. Our polynomial equals our divisor times our quotient plus our remainder. And then part C, we're going to find P of 2. And it's saying here that P of 2 is equal to the remainder of 67. So let's see if we substitute 2 into our polynomial. So 3 times 2 to the power of 4 minus 2 cubed plus 7 times 2 squared minus 2 times 2 plus 3. That's 2 to the power of 4 is 16. 3 times 16 is 48 minus 8 plus 7 times 4 minus 4 plus 3. 48 minus 8 is 40. 40 plus 7 fours are 28 is 68. 68 minus 4 is 64 plus 3 is 67. Now isn't that interesting? That P of 2 is going to give us a remainder of 67, the same result. Now what's interesting about P of 2, if we look at what we divided it by, you'll notice that 2 is a 0 of this binomial here. We're going to explore that little result in our next lesson.